To understand the conflict in the land known as Israel and Palestine, one must begin by acknowledging its profound complexity. Its roots run deep across centuries. This is not a simple story with a clear beginning or an easy villain. It is a narrative of two peoples, both with ancient ties to the same small stretch of land, whose competing claims and national aspirations have led to a century of struggle. For millions worldwide, it is a matter of identity, faith, family. Today, on October 13, 2025, the situation remains a focal point of international concern. Its importance extends far beyond the immediate region, from Washington to Moscow, in community centers and across university campuses. The conflict is a story of land, of security, of human rights, and of self-determination. For Jewish people, it evokes a long-sought homeland and safe haven after centuries of persecution, culminating in the horror of the Holocaust. For Palestinian Arabs, it is a story of displacement, occupation, and a struggle for sovereignty on ancestral land. Understanding these parallel narratives is the first step. We will calmly lay out key events, facts and dates, in a timeline, seeking not to assign blame but to foster understanding. And we will keep sight of the human story at its core. The modern contours took shape in the early 20th century. Palestine was part of the Ottoman Empire, home to a majority Arab population with Jewish and Christian minorities. After World War I, Britain assumed the mandate over the territory. The Zionist movement, driven by persecution and a return to an ancestral homeland, spurred Jewish immigration and demographic change. Tensions grew. British commissions and policies failed to resolve competing national aspirations. In the wake of the Holocaust, support for a Jewish state intensified, and Britain referred the issue to the United Nations. UN Resolution 181 proposed two states, one Arab, one Jewish, with Jerusalem under international administration. Jewish leaders accepted. Arab leaders rejected what they saw as an unjust division by foreign powers. On May 14, 1948, Israel declared statehood. Neighboring Arab states invaded, igniting the First Arab-Israeli War. Israel survived and expanded beyond the UN lines. For Palestinians, the Nakba meant mass displacement and refugeehood. Armistice years were tense. The refugee crisis persisted. In 1967, Israel fought Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, capturing Sinai, Gaza, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. This began Israel's military occupation of Gaza and the West Bank, home to over 1 million Palestinians. For Israelis, control meant security and historic ties. For Palestinians, it meant military rule and curtailed movement, economy, and politics. Much of the international community deems the occupation and settlements illegal under international law. In 1973, Egypt and Syria launched a surprise attack on Yom Kippur. Heavy casualties shook assumptions on all sides. Israel repelled the assault, but the war reshaped politics. The Camp David Accords yielded peace between Israel and Egypt, with Sinai returned, yet the Palestinian question remained unresolved. By the late 1980s, the First Intifada underscored that the status quo was untenable. Secret talks led to the 1993 Oslo Accords. Rabin and Arafat's handshake signaled a path toward two states. The Palestinian Authority was established as an interim step toward final status. Core issues, borders, Jerusalem, settlements, and refugees remained unresolved. Violence by extremists and Rabin's assassination eroded trust and momentum. A failed 2000 summit preceded a far more violent Second Intifada, suicide bombings, and large-scale military operations. Israel built a controversial barrier for security. Palestinians condemned it as an apartheid wall. In 2005, Israel withdrew from Gaza. Hamas won elections, then seized Gaza in 2007, splitting Palestinian governance. Israel and Egypt imposed a strict blockade. Multiple wars between Israel and Hamas devastated Gaza. Ordinary Israelis live with sirens in fear of attack. Ordinary Palestinians endure bombardment, loss, and displacement. Checkpoints and barriers complicate daily life in the West Bank. In Gaza, blockade-driven shortages create a humanitarian crisis. Children carry trauma and grow up with normalized fear. Cycles of attack and retaliation deepen grievance for all. Humanitarian groups bring vital relief despite danger and constraints. Calls for de-escalation persist. A two-state solution remains widely advocated, yet elusive. Today, the situation is fragile, but hope endures.